Is this place a mess?
So there's two major issues here. First of all, if health professionals don't get a parity pay, they're going to go, because the health professionals is an international recruitment market. They will go to where they're paid properly. So if you don't have health professionals, you're not going to have a health service. The other major issue here is the technical term for the economic model in the North is robbing Peter to pay Paul. It is a zero-sum situation. So if you pay one sector of society, you cut back in another sector of society. And the reason that happens is because the British Chancellor determines the spending envelope for the North of Ireland. And, you know, in most other economies, there are a couple of levers if you want to fund. You can grow the economy so you have more revenue. That doesn't matter in the North because that revenue goes to London anyway if you grow the economy. Or you can raise and lower taxes. And right now in the North of Ireland, 5% of the full budget are locally raised taxes. Now, if you look at Wales, for example, 9% of their taxes are locally raised, and Scotland has 22% of their taxes locally raised. So even Scotland and Wales can significantly outperform the North of Ireland in terms of raising or lowering taxes to suit the economic needs of the people. But it's incredible. The issue of corporation taxes actually was devolved to Stormont, but none of the parties actually took up the responsibility or the potential benefit of actually setting their own corporation taxes. So we have
potential consequences also.
There's consequences to every decision politically, but right now the system in place in Stormont is one of dependency on London. So you can't make any decision unless you go with a begging bowl, your cap in hand to London and say, please, sir, give us some more. And any kind of economy or model that's actually looking to provide for citizens in terms of education or health is not going to be able to do that if they have to keep going to London to beg for more. And the idea that you have two MLAs on there from parties with ministers in the executive who simply can't answer questions about the budgetary state of the North of Ireland is actually quite incredible. So the solution to this is for the executive and Stormont to grow up and start to take on more responsibility in terms of taxation in the same way Scotland and Wales does, so that they can actually start to raise the revenue that's necessary for people to be able to go to hospital, to send their kids to school, to have transports to get to work, etc. And unless that happens, we're going to be looking at exactly the same situation for the next number of years.
Peadar, thank you very much indeed.